Hey, it's your girl Just Bree coming at you with another video. I don't feel too good right now. I made some, well, I really didn't make it. I bought this sauce, this Indian curry sauce to mix with my chicken. It was already pre-made. Um, because yes, I decided that I would bypass all the steps instead of making it from scratch. So I bought this sauce and because I love Indian curry takeout. So I figured I'd try to make it at home. So I bypassed all the steps by the sauce. And ever since then, like I made it a little late last night, about 9 o'clock, because I started to get hungry. So I don't know, around midnight I woke up and I just ain't been the same since. So yeah. Um, but I'm trying to I've been taking Tums and going to sleep, waking up, going to sleep, trying to sleep it off or whatever. But anyway, it's not working. Um, so well maybe it is. I feel a little better, I guess you could say. So, um, as far as my weekend, I had a really good weekend. I had my little Pootie Tootie. I still don't know what nickname to call her. But I might try to share some video of her because she's just so stinking cute. Anyway, I had her all weekend, Friday to yesterday, and we just had a good time. We went to the park both days. Her, and my son. Yesterday, I picked up few of my son's friends, and we all went to the park and they played and had a good old funky time. And me and the baby just hung out and on the grass on a blanket, and it was just really nice. So um, I didn't want her to leave, but I was glad to see her go. If that makes sense. I told her I'll see her probably in 2 weeks. Um, so yeah, that was my weekend. So I wanted to come on today to talk about the rat, of course, one of my two favorite topics. But what I'm not understanding is how do you make a post about a fake question? So the question allegedly, and she still has no replies. It's been an hour. So the question is, and the person that she loves the most, Kevin Samuels, would have had probably 1,000 views within the hour. I'm just saying. The question is, low energy man asks me, would I be okay with my son dating a single mother? My son will have no problem with being a mentor for the youth. He'll most likely be resourceful, and comfortable with a leadership role. I am a high-end single mother. Here we go. Single mother, of course, I'd be okay with him. Of course, I'd be okay with him dating a good woman like me. He is not about to have a Dusty's hang-ups. So first of all, let me just say I am a child, a product of um a step parent, I guess you could say. My mother was wiped up when I was by the time I was 1 years old, before then, or whatever. I don't freaking know. I was a baby. Um, but my dad, my mother's husband, had already had a child. He has a daughter. She's 7 years older than me. She's a doctor, by the way. Yes, I said doctor. OBGYN, Baltimore, Maryland. I won't say her name again because I don't need nobody calling her office. But anyway, so yeah, my dad had a daughter, and my mom, of course, had me. Now, under those circumstances, I don't really care who you get with if you're my child, my son. But if my son doesn't have any children, I would prefer him to be with a young lady without children. Okay? That's just what it is. That's how I feel. Um, But if he decides and if he decides that he can handle the situation and all of what that has entails, if the father is present, he'll have to deal with that. He'll have to deal with the father. He'll have to deal with, you know, the father side of the family, all whatever that entails. Okay. But I feel, and I don't like to say I feel much, but I feel that it would not be in his best interest to do that unless, like in my situation, where the father is completely, totally, 1,000% out of the picture. And that they move. She has no ties to him. He doesn't have a phone number, address, none of that. If he could be the father without any interruptions, I would be okay with that. That's just me. How he chooses to handle it as a grown man, that's gonna be on him. But I would prefer my childless son to be with a childless woman. Now, if he has a child already and, he comes upon a young lady who has a child, let's say, um, they're still gonna have to figure out all that extra baby mama drama and stuff. That's a lot of drama because, it depends on who the other person is. So that's why people say that it's not the best idea to get in a relationship where there's other children involved and to marry a single mom. I understand that. In my case, and even in Sansare's case, it's not a problem. If we were to get with the man, and at this point, shit, we're over 40, so it really doesn't fucking matter as far as I'm concerned. Because I'm not looking for a man that don't have kids and is trying to have children. The men that I deal with, they already have their children. Some of them have already been married once. Um, you know, there's no issues with a baby mama. I'm not dealing with none of that, okay? So in my case, you know, dealing with me and my son, um, I am the chick. I'm the woman that's gonna tell my son that if he's 16 to 18 or whatever, and he decides to just start disrespect, if he ever, and we would have this conversation, and I would let my son know up front, if you ever disrespect my husband, you are out the door. You can go stay with your father, okay? Or your grandmother, your sister, whoever. Because I'm not, if I bring a man into my life, he's going to be worthy, okay? And yes, I will make that choice between my son and my husband in that situation. You are not going to disrespect the man I bring around, you know, um, for me to support, that's going to be my life partner. You're not going to do it. So, and I mean, from even if I brought a man in the picture that I ended up marrying or whatever, um we would have the conversation, you're going to respect him. And if it's a problem, he's going to deal with you. And if there's a problem, you know, I would have to get my son's father involved. See, and that's a lot to ask of a man, you know. Um in all honesty, you really it should take a lot for you to have to put your hands on your child, even though people discipline the way they want to. I'm not here to judge that, but when it comes to discipline, And people like Sansaray don't understand this. We're not talking about just, oh, you find a random woman with a child, and she knows she's a good woman. She knows she don't have any baggage. She knows all this and this and that about herself. But that man does not know, what possibilities that he's gonna have to, what scenarios might come up, you know. So when you talk about dating a single mom, you have to look at more than just one aspect, you idiot. You have to look at the discipline, the respect, the other parent, which in your case you don't have, and that's just what it is. Um, but in Sansaray's case, if she marries a man, that man is responsible for her son. He's a toddler. And I would expect him to help raise my son. Like some like this like a person says, you're looking for a stepfather. Um I mean, I'm personally looking for a mate. I don't need nobody to raise my son. But when you have a child, a little child, a toddler, my son is 12, he does still need some guidance. But my husband wouldn't have to, start from scratch per se. My son already comes with the manners and everything like that. But it's still something that he would have to take into account. And rightfully so. You know? Um and if my son ever went to his dad and said, well, he said this to me out of character, or he said something I don't like, you know what I mean? And if it wasn't, if it's brought to my attention and I'm okay with it, and he feels the need to go to his father and say, I don't like what he said, I don't like how he talked to me. I don't like that he told me to wash the dishes, or that he told me to take out the trash. I don't like this nigga, or whatever. You know what? You gonna skip your ass over to your daddy house, and that's where you gonna be. And you can visit me on the weekends and holidays. How about that? Cause I'm not with the bullshit. My husband would be the head of the household, and I run the house. But in Sansaray's little puny mind, it's, oh, they don't want me because I got a child. Oh, he's telling men not to marry single mothers. There's a lot of shit to consider, bitch. It's not just about you. Okay? That man has to settle. Okay? Just like you feel like you would have, like you allegedly settled for Priest, that man would have to settle for you, especially if he didn't have children. He's settling for the fact that he is not responsible for your toddler. You can't just live in a house and say, well, Jesse run around and little Jesse running around the house acting crazy, running around with a pair of scissors, and then the stepfather say, yo, put them scissors down. And Jesse decides to talk back, and with the stepfather is supposed to just sit there and wait till you get home to say something. The fuck? No. If my husband is home with my son, the man that I choose, he has every right to say, sit your ass down, put them scissors away, and sit your ass down. Okay? I'm not talking about abuse. We're not talking about, nothing crazy here. So anyway, oh, I got a frog in my throat. So, oh, hold on. Hello?
Sweet Home Central School District. These dates will be June 15th, June 17th.
All right, that was my son's school. Okay, so let's get into it. She says, "Hear me, good low energy men." Here we go with the underhanded, jabs. Understand that just because your mom was a low energy single mother, she talking to priest mom, of course, who didn't have any healthy parenting skills, doesn't mean that it's every single mother. Just like your mother didn't have healthy parenting skills when y'all lived from pillar to post, and she was supposed to be a CPA. Okay. Oh, and she brought a man into the house that abused you, that you told on a national platform, you know, obviously making her look like shit. Most black men on you. And by the way, what did your mother do with that man? You never did tell that story, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody hit me up in the comment section and tell me what ended up happening to that man, if she ended up pressing charges. Because I didn't hear shit about Sansaray going to court or pressing charges on this man. I had a friend who had to go to court because she was messing. She was a young her baby father. She was like 14 and the baby father was like 18 or some shit. Oh shit. And they had to go to court. She refused to testify. Okay. So did I miss that? Somebody explained to me how that happened. So anyway, yeah. I can tell by how easy it is for men to disrespect women here. Oh Lord. Yet you still keep coming back for more, bitch. And how about I'm disrespecting you and I'm a woman, bitch? And you just keep coming back for more. You don't make no money on here. There are good moms and there are bad moms. Just because a low energy male abandoned his child, oh God, doesn't mean as a mom I'm going to let my son spiral out of control. I'm going to love him and work on him having a decent character. Meanwhile, I'll be selective about the men I allow influence him. So where the man at, Sansaray? Because if you was really that bitch, you would have already you wouldn't be so damn selfish to the point where you just, oh, there's so many men that want me. Apparently, that you claim are supposed to be of some quality, yet you still choose to be single. Yeah, okay. How about you take a man out on a date for a change while you want to talk about, I'm so tired of going to out to eat. Why can't he do this? Why can't no, you do it, bitch. Since you got all that masculine energy. I just remembered the other day that I had went fishing on a date with a guy. And I caught a fish. I cooked it, cleaned it, cooked it, and ate it. How about that? Um still ain't had no still can't take nobody on no trip to Rodeo Drive or Beverly Hills, bitch. I mean, all I'm asking for is 5 minutes of Beverly Hills and Rodeo Drive. Because I don't know if I'm gonna ever get there, Sansa. So I need to live vicariously through you, bitch. I need to live vicariously through you. Okay. Okay. She says, my son will not be broke, uneducated. Oh Lord, will not be broke. Okay. So just like Priest made $400 a week. Uneducated, promiscuous. Oh, promiscuous, huh? Like you at the sex house. You and Priest up at the sex house, and you talking polyamory. What the fuck is polyamory? And spreading his seed all over. I mean, I get it. It's a concept, It's open dating as far as I can understand it. So ain't that still promiscuity? Anyway, and spreading his seed all over the planet just to abandon his children like most men do, huh? Most men, Sansaray. Yeah. So where you get this information at, you dumb black bitch? Where you get this from? Oh, well, I guess I'll give you like most men do, but I feel like you meant to say most black men do. Where'd you get it from? The lion ass media? Or just the notion in your mind that because you don't know everybody in this world or the United States, that you just assume what you assume? Yeah, okay. I really feel like she meant to say black men, so I'm not taking nothing back I say. I will teach him the importance of manhood. Well, you should be able to because you are half man. You look like one. The importance of manhood. Bitch, get the fuck out of here. What you gonna teach him about manhood? Family and respecting women. Hmm. Family that you don't have. Family that you fussing and arguing with. Family that you using to tell your mother cancer story about. You mean the family that you yeah, that you hate so much. And respecting women. You gonna teach a young man how to respect you even though you've had multiple men come on YouTube and show how much of a trash box you are. Okay. I will teach him how to choose the right woman to build a future with. So you gonna teach somebody something that you yourself haven't done. Okay. Well, I tell you what I'm gonna teach my son, bitch, because he has a father. So what I'm gonna teach my son is how to treat a woman. How to treat a woman, bitch. I can't teach him a goddamn thing about manhood. I'm gonna teach him how to open the door, pull out the chair, walk on the curb, walk on the side of the curb, how to pay for the meal, how to demand respect from a woman, not to be ran over. That's what I'll teach him, along with his father. Let's see here. Most men don't even know how to deal with their emotions. Yet this whole little dissertation is filled with emotions. She's just an emotional ass wreck, I tell you, because of their mothers. And then she says that is not me. This whole entire whatever you want to call it piece of shit article is emotional. I'm equipping my son with the spiritual, mental, and emotional skills needed to navigate this life. I don't know what these other mothers do when they're out here playing with these men and their kids. What the fuck does that mean? You don't know what other mothers do. Bitch, don't nobody would know what you do. Your son still apparently can't even talk. Well, how about you teach him how to read first, bitch, while you sitting up there talking about lying, talking about he speak multiple languages. Put the boy on camera and blur out his face, bitch. And have him talk. Have him speaking in a different language. And I know some Spanish, bitch, so you can't fool me with the Spanish. I am all my boy has, clearly. Oh, she says, I am the right one. Girl, you the right one and the only one. The last thing I'm going to do is squander my riches. Child, riches under that government, Governor Newsom handed out to you. That God gave me just to waste time on this earth with no purpose or wisdom to pass down to my son. I got this under control. Just because his father gave up on himself and us doesn't mean I'm that stupid. No, yeah, you still are. You are that stupid. Um, you are that stupid. You sit up here and lie on YouTube, and you can't have a damn discussion or a decent lie because you run away anytime. You can't even filter your calls. You can't filter yourself. You're just a wreck. She says, "Oh Lord, and what is up with this ring, Sansaray? And if you don't take that bow tie necklace thing off, girl, she got her Jenny from the block uh 10-carat ring on, y'all. Somebody better get her, cause Sansaray is gonna be off the market, hunty. She is off the market." Okay, I think that's it, y'all. All right. I might come back on another video about Jazz and the new information we got. So, all right. Until then, y'all have a good rest of the day, and I'm gonna take care of this stomach. All right. Peace.